Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's HHB the Judge. We are back. The Judge is back in full health. Just run, well, he's told me, you won't believe how far he's run. He's run right round his front room and sat back down again before we came. The man is a machine. Welcome, Judge. I hope you're fitting well, mate.
Oh, much better than I was, mate. Thank you. God, I was horrendous. Never mind.
Some of the emails in, Judge. I mean, I know you've got your own YouTube channel now. There's a link below. I know you're going to do a video later. Some of the emails, people saying, has he gone to the national? Fake till me. How can people say it upsets me. It upsets me. I know one of them was in my handwriting, but I must tell you that was similar to my handwriting. Not my
Definitely not, mate. No.
Yeah, you are back in business. And folks, it's been an interesting week. I've been in Newmarket most of the week, Judge, and the flat is now back.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, the Godolphin horses I saw were so forward. They looked absolutely gleaming. Now, I'm no great paddock picker. My great friend Chris Anzani, the best in the business, got Ken Pitterson, the other guy who was there, who we all know, pops up on ITV now. How does the favourite look, Ken, as they say, and all that? I wouldn't be them, but I tell you what, just a rudimentary look at the paddock. Every single Godolphin horse looks forward, looks glowing in the coat. You know, there would be a stable I'd take a lot of notice of for the next week or so. So that would be my news from the front line. Now, of course, the big yards will catch up. They always do, don't they? But if they get one big yard with loads of ammo that's really forward, and I don't know why that would be against the Newmarket. I know it's been a wet spring and they've got more indoor facilities and the money and everything. But yeah, I would say the boys in blue will do the business. But we folks have two races, back to the two. None of this one big race, back to the two.
Yes.
And we're going to go to Musselburgh in the 239, which is their Betway Holyrood handicap of a 5 furlongs Class 2. And then we're going to go to Newbury for I think the handicap race of the day. It is the Spring Cup, 17 runners. It's going to be great. But we're going to start at Scotland, or even in Scotland, on the 239. It's a Class 2, Judge. It's a 5 furlong sprint. It's a cracking race. I love this track. Fans of speed, love Musselburgh. They don't stop there, do they? If you get away, they don't stop. And it's going to be on good to soft ground, so it's not going to be on any bad ground at all. 11 go to post. Judge, I hand the baton to you to see what you think about this race.
These are my favourite races, Simon. I love nothing better than a sprint handicap. Anyone who knows me knows I love sprint handicaps. And I had one in this. I was absolutely frothing in the week. I've been dying to do this video with you. And you've guessed it, it's been backed off the boards. But first things first, my favourite horse in training last year, Copper Knight at the top. I can't have him here, bless him. He's handicapped to the hilt now, and he never normally wins first time up. So I thought I'd give him an honourable mention.
I'll tell you what, Judge. If he were to put in a few, below par performances, I don't know, before that first race at York. He might come down a few. Oh, I'm not suggesting anything. Oh, please, no, he's to be.
Funny enough, I did clock a Tim Easterby also at Ripon this week. I think he'll have lined up for York, but that's for another one later on. Down the line, if you like. But I'm very, very, very sweet on Macana here. 4 runs at Musselburgh. It's won twice. Got beaten a photograph once and got beaten neck the other time. So he's got 4 good runs over course and distance. He goes well fresh. He's won first time out twice. Everything looked lined up for a nice each way price at about 10s. Of course, by the time we're doing it, 5s. It's getting to that stage now where, and it's nearly getting to win only stake for me now. But my only worry is, will it get a run? Because I genuinely think it's got to run its race. Very, very strong fancy for me, this, and I rate him as he would be my nap material for tomorrow. So for me, get the bets in with Mackinac.
Yeah, well, very, very strong. Yeah. Well, I'm going to take you on, Judge. And I'm going to number 8, Indian Sound. Available at 25 to 1. Ridden by Cam Hardy, trained by the great trainer of sprinters. One of the very best in the business, Mr. Paul Midgley. I think this horse is an absolutely huge, well, he's a huge price. I think he deserves to be about 12 to 1. His form at the track is simply superb. It ties in with your Mackinac, but he's 5 times the price. Now, Midgley is often known as a slow starter to the season, but this horse has often run well. He's age 6 now. I'm not saying there's any improvement in him, but there might not need to be. And I think Indian Sounds could be the sound of money going into my Davy Crockett tomorrow at officially 240 to 241. So I'm going to have a decent each way hit on this. So we got Mackinac, the specialist, at, well, there's 9 to 2. There's a bit of 5 to 1 around in the village. I think he could go up about 11 to 4. I think he's going to be, I think this gamble is going to just keep rolling on him. And I'm on Indian Sounds. You can get 25. Some firms are offering 4 places. Shop around. It's going to be a fantastic race. They're going to really go from the gun here.
They do. The one thing I was going to say about your horse is that normally you want a high draw at Musselburgh up against the rail. And there does look an abundance of pace up the rail. And if yours can just sit in, I think you'd have a better chance in trying to blast it. Because you've got Dakota Gold and Fine Wine. Them two have got to lead from 11 and 10. And if you sat in behind them, I think that would be the case. I'm just hoping. I think Dakota Gold nearly always wants a bit more cut in the ground and runs better later on in the year. I think once again you got to find them, haven't you? You know, and I do think yours has got a great little each way squeak actually. Especially
a debate for another day, of course, is do you follow draw or do you follow where the pace is in a race? But that is for another day. I have my own views on that. But now we go for our second race. It's the 3:35. It's the handicap race. It's a fantastic race. It's the Spring Cup. It's the Highclere Thoroughbred Racing 30th Anniversary Spring Cup. 17 got first over a mile. It's called the Lincoln Bonus Race. If you were blocked in at the Lincoln, if you were drawn on the wrong side at the Lincoln, you can come here and hopefully, if you're an owner or a trainer and you get a bad draw at Donny at the Lincoln, you think, all right, we'll go to the Spring Cup. Then you find yourself out in the car park again. You must wait. That's why you need to join shsyndicates.com because we always get the best draws. Fascinating race. Salim with the Doyler takes the favourites position around 7 to 2. I think that's plenty short enough. Then you got your Rogue Bear coming in at 7 to 2. I mentioned the boys in blue earlier. They've got Modern News around the 11 to 2 mark who will have plenty of supporters. But I am going for top of the shop, Judge. Number 1, top of the shop, it's Migration. And I'll tell you why. David Menuzier trains this very, very exciting 16-year-old. Who's at 16-year-old?
16-year-old? I wouldn't fancy it too much at 16.
Well, I wouldn't have thought he'd be improving. I meant 6-year-old. Now, actually, I wouldn't have thought many 6-year-olds would improve. However, here's the thing. This horse he had 4 runs. He comes here after an interesting year. He's clocked some amazing speed figures. He really, really has. The sort of figures you would think shouldn't be running in handicaps. He had 2 wins last year. Now, I think there's a reason why he's 12 to 1. And I think bookmakers, no offense, Judge, I think they often overreact to a very bad run. The horse was last. He was a 9 to 4 favourite. He ran at Goodwood in September last year. He ran an absolute shocker. Now, the reason he was favourite because the word for him, the way he was working, was mega, mega strong. I know Newmarket faces who are very rarely this far out were staggered about how bad the horse run. And Menuzier was very, very clear. The horse simply hated Goodwood. He hated the undulations. I don't think you're going to ever see him there again. Now, I'm going to be a very forgiving person, and I forgive Migration for that horror run at Goodwood. Now, think about this, Judge. Had Menuzier got up that morning and thought, do you know what? I don't think Migration's going to be suited by Goodwood. I'm going to pull him out. He would have come here on the back of 2 wins,
Yeah.
2 incredible speed figures. People saying this is a future group horse, and I think he's been about 72-41 today. Now, if I'm right, and the horse just despises whatever you put a big line through it, he comes here on the left-handed track. Brian Wilson put very early, and Manouzier is one of the speediest in the race. And I think 12-1, this might, just might, have past these you've never seen in the handicap again. So that's where I'm at. Top of the top migration. Take the 12 tonight. I think it's going to be a mover. These Manouzier horses, when they're off, are back. So I'm getting the 12. Yes, people too. Over to you, Joe.
Right, mate. Yeah, I wouldn't put you off too much because I just had a feeling that could be one down the line. If I'm honest, I've won for a slightly even bigger handicap. I might be wrong. I think he's good enough to win it. That's for sure. Salam seemed to get the run of the race for me in the Lincoln. I don't actually like that. So if that one wins, I'll have to take it on the chin. He had the best draw, an easy lead in front, and your lovely little 33-1 come and picked him up.
I don't like to gloat.
So I don't particularly like that one very much. But one from left field, I've got to give this an honourable mention, is also called Orban. I do think this could be one lined up for a York handicap come later on in the year. She's very well handicapped now. Interesting to see David Probert on it because I do rate him. So I think that could be a funny one. And if anyone's got a couple of quid in their pocket, I'm certainly going to have a little each way bet on that one tomorrow because I'll be annoyed at 25 if I don't have something on that.
Yes,
the other horse that really, let's be honest, ran a cracker in the Lincoln from a bad draw, got hampered at the start, with nowhere near where the pace was because you had to be up with the pace. This was held up, wrong side of the track. Progressive 4-year-old has to be Rogue Bear, and I think that there's not a lot of juice in its price at 7 to 2. I've got to be honest, but there's no negative for this horse. It's got a sensible draw in the middle, so if they decide to go slow or fast, I'd rather it wasn't held up too far back. But I think it's got to be involved in the finish, and I think it's definitely should return favourite because there's no negatives on it, like I say. So I'm going to bear the double later with Rogue Bear.
Yeah, Rogue Bear. I certainly think, I know some people are offering sort of specials. If you can get one of those bets, Rogue Bear to beat Salim, I think you've got a cracking bet. 10 to 11 the pair, maybe even be a slight outsider in the match bet. So watch out for that. Somebody will offer that bet somewhere. So we got Rogue Bear, very unlucky loser. There's, I know a lot of people, but sometimes, Judge, unlucky losers do not correct the luck, do they? But
no, they don't. I would have wanted about 4 or 5 to 1 if I'm honest.
Yeah. But 7 to 2 Rogue Bear. I'm going migration. I believe he's that awful racing cliche, and I hate racing cliche, but I'm going to say it on this time: a group horse in a handicap. I hate myself. We then go to the 239 at Musselburgh. It's going to be a fantastic race. The judges on Makana, a track specialist. Somebody's offering 5 to 1. I will not name the firm, but fans of Oddchecker could see it. I don't think you're going to see that in the morning, and I'm going for a big price track specialist. That Midgley, what secrets has he got about training sprinters? The man is an absolute genius, and 25 to 1 is available on Indian Sounds. So there we go. It's going to be a fantastic Saturday's racing, and we hope our little efforts here will add to your enjoyment and hopefully put a few quid in the old Davy Crockett. So, Judge, you're going to do another video tonight. Please head over to his channel, watch the vids, like it, sign up. I'm going to be back on Sunday morning with a bet for Sunday's racing. I know, what an outrageous idea. I thought I'd do that. Sunday's racing. But have a great day tomorrow, everyone. Get over to the judges' channel. It's going to be another fantastic weekend. And as always, here, we never shy away from those big handicaps like a lot of tipsters do. Going for a maiden at Wolverhampton on a Saturday. It's not in our playbook. But then again, we are HOLDENS, horses.